Good morning, Mitchell Artists. It's good to see you. Well, I miss you. I want to see you. But this way you get to see me and Mona. And I decided let's do a self-portrait. But let's make it fun. Let's make it simple. Let's make it about shapes, right? So when you're ready, let's do this, okay? So Mona Lisa's a portrait, right? Right, Mona? Mona. Lisa. And you guys know she's a portrait. That means somebody else painted a picture of her. So she did not paint a picture of herself. Leonardo da Vinci did that. So that makes her a portrait. Now, what I worked on yesterday for you was a self-portrait. So I drew a picture of who? No, not you. Me. I drew a picture of me by myself. And that makes it a self-portrait, a picture of me that I drew myself. And doesn't it look just like me? I did try to make it look 3D. I had some fun figuring out how to turn myself into Mrs. Nucci, art teacher, made of Legos. So, we are going to be inspired by the shapes in these Lego characters, these Lego peeps. And we're going to go and step by step together, put the shapes together, and then your job is going to be to turn it into, no, not me. You're going to make a self-portrait, okay? I'm so excited. I had a lot of fun with this. It took me a long time. So I'm going to do a basic with you. There's a basic guy up there asking you a question. It says, what do you want to be when you grow up? That's going to be part of our final project. So here's Mrs. Nucci as an art teacher, bandana, crazy hair, my big earrings, the messy overalls, and can you see what I'm holding here? Yeah, right? Build a brush. And then notice the shapes. I've got triangles, I have rectangles, I have circles. So we're going to talk about that, how we can use those, put them together, and maybe even find some around your house to help us with this drawing. So let me put Mrs. Nucci, Lego friend, down. She can hang out with Mona for a minute. And we are going to focus on these shapes. Circle, square, rectangle. That's really what this is all about, okay? We'll talk a little bit about hands and semicircles. I have some fun things to help us with that shape too, okay? So you might want to take a minute and pause this right now and make sure you have something to draw on. It could be your driveway with a piece of chalk. It could be a crayon inside of an old opened up cereal box. Remember, you can draw on newspaper. Does not have to be white paper, okay? I am going to give you some artist advice. This one might be more fun with a pencil because when you turn it into a portrait of you, you're going to want to make some changes to it. You don't have to do it this way. But if you have an eraser or, this guy, mine's all worn off. But it's not for mistakes. It's so you can change your art and make it look more like you, right? There's no mistakes in art. So if you want to pause it, go get a pencil, eraser. Even find some shapes around your house, right? Mac and cheese, hello rectangle, tuna fish, hello circle. I thought square was kind of tricky, but I found a pack of ramen noodles. Those are squares. These are definitely squares. And even a rectangle, piece of gum. All right, so anyway, if you want to hit pause, go grab these things, pencil, eraser, crayon, whatever you're comfy with. Bring me out to the driveway if you want to do it in chalk. But I'm ready to start when you are. So go get what you need. And I'll be right here when you get back. Okay. So welcome back. I didn't really go. Let's start our Lego self-portrait. Now, when I first did it, here is mine in pencil. Okay? There's no bandana. There's no details. There's nothing about this that says Mrs. Nucci yet. That's why I did it in pencil first. So we're going to do a straight on view. We're not going to worry about turning to the side and all that kind of perspective stuff. That's a great challenge that we can try after, and I challenge you to do that. But we are going to talk about the cylinder at the top of the Lego person's head, okay? You want to have a nice round head so your brain can fit in there, right? And you can put something fun on your head when you're done, like a helmet or crown, right? So we are going to look at how this Lego peep is a cylinder. So it goes all the way around, 3D shape. And the top of the head has that really fun button where you can click your own hair on every day. I would totally love that feature on my own head. So let's draw it. And I kind of thought, if you look at this right here, coffee plus tuna equals a Lego head. So let's do that part. And let's make that look a little more 3D, because that'll give you more room to put awesome self-portrait things on your head. Okay? So I'm going to not use a pencil for this only because I want you to be able to see what I'm drawing, and that can be tricky with a camera. The pencil will show up light, but you can use whatever you want. Okay? Let me get comfy here. And, okay, we're going to start at the top of the page. We want to have enough room. Mrs. Nucci always draws too big, which is okay. And if you draw too big and you end up with it not being able to fit on the paper, go with it. I love it. It's called breaking the plane. Nothing wrong with that. Okay, but I'm going to do my best to fit it for you so that you can see every step down to the toes. Okay, here we go. So right around at the top of the paper, but I want to leave room up here, a little room, so you can add, like we were saying, a crown or something. So with a little bit of space at the top and kind of in the middle, I'm going to go ahead and draw a pancake. I love the sound of a Sharpie. Okay? It's like a floating pancake. And my third graders have heard me say that so many times. We call this an ellipse, and it is the top, what it looks like, the top of a can when you're drawing a cylinder. Gives it a little perspective. Okay, so now that's going to be where my little button goes. So I've got to give it walls. I got to give it sides to hold it up, right? So I can click my hair on, right? So now it looks like a table or a trampoline. But I'm going to take this bottom of that button. And I always go back and search and correct my lines, because you can't do it the first time it's impossible, Search around. Don't get frustrated. Just think, oh, yeah. So now it's like a hockey puck, doesn't it? So let's set it, right? This is our button for our hair. Let's set it on our big cylinder faces, okay? So this is how we're going to do this. Watch close. I'm going to start here, and I'm going to start here, so that the button for my head is going to look just like it does on the real Lego person. So I'm not going to draw into the button. I'm going to start on the edge of it, and I'm going to make another pancake for it to sit on. Kind of looks like a plate, looks like a hat right now. That's a good thing, right? I can already tell I'm drawing really big, but that's okay. I might tape 2 pieces of paper together. Gotta do what you gotta do. Alright, so here is my second cylinder. This is like me looking at this coffee, seeing a small cylinder on the top and how it sits on the bigger cylinder. So this is why getting shapes can help you. You can investigate. All right, I'm going to drop these lines down now here for the side of the head. And even though this is going to go all the way around, just like we do, because we're 3D, I want to give it that illusion of looking like that. So I'm going to drop those lines down so I have the side of my head, and there I go. I have a Lego head, right? And I think they come off. Oh, these ones don't. I just pulled her legs off, but we'll talk about legs in a minute. Okay, so now I could go ahead and pop any kind of hair I want on there. See how that's going to work? You go back in and oh my goodness, customize. Okay, so I'm going to put in some eyes so that we just know what we're looking for. And why not smile and tell a story? So I'm going to make my mouth open because I'm always talking. And color in my eyes. That part I'm not afraid to do with a Sharpie. I can always add to that after. Okay? But there's my Lego face. Tell them a little secret. Okay. So this Lego is going to have a neck. So this is where those tiny rectangles, I think, are going to come in really handy. Stick of gum, mints, I don't know, anything. Pretty simple, though. Okay, so we are just going to give it a neck. Boom, boom, boom. Really little. Like, you can picture it like the stick of gum. That almost makes sense, right? And then you're going to think about the rectangles that maybe you found for the body, right? Body elbow macaroni right there is like the perfect size. So, I'm going to just go ahead in here. I'm going to put down my rectangle body. And see, I'm going over in it. My searching lines, I'm going looking for it. I'm not going to get it perfect the first time. That's impossible, and it's okay. As you can see, I'm not going to be able to fit the legs on this Lego guy, so I'll pull out another piece of paper and show you those. But while we're here, let's talk about the arms, because the one thing in my house that I could think of was this tube of toothpaste, because I can bend it. So I was thinking kind of a Lego arm with this shape here might help you. But between that and these little pieces of macaroni, elbow macaroni, look, it's a letter C, it's a letter U, it's an umbrella, it's a rainbow, it's a miniature telephone. These look really, really similar to the Lego hands, don't they? And it just helps you investigate more to be able to see it as a 3D object and not just a letter C on a piece of paper. So, I'm going to start my Lego arms down here, and I'm thinking about that tube of toothpaste. A shoulder, an arm, and this one I'm going to do over here, shoulder, arm. I'm going to run out of space. So let me add some more paper to it. Problem solved. You see that toothpaste shape though? It's a little bit like that shape where it gets wider at the top and it gets a little bit thinner as we get to the bottom, and it's going to hold on to those macaroni hands. So let's try this. Goes down, kind of like a triangle, and then stop. And let's get that piece of macaroni for your hands. They don't have a lot of details in their hands, which is what I love, because then you can hold anything. In my portrait, I was holding a paintbrush. I had a bent arm. So, we've got our 2 cylinders that make up our head, a rectangle for those necks so we can turn our heads. We've got a macaroni box as a body. That's a great rectangle shape. And then we're trying to make those arms really any way you want. You can bend them, right? You guys are good at that. And then using this macaroni, thinking about how to make that hand. So I'm going to switch and grab another piece of paper, and I'm going to do the legs. And what do you guys think the shapes of the legs should be? Because when I was really looking at this and investigating the real Legos, they've changed them a little bit, but I see squares and rectangles stacked together, and then we're going to have our legs and feet. And after that, it's going to become all about you. So, for the legs, just put down here. This is the stuff I never anticipate for, but you know what? Hey, you draw too big and you want to finish in the art room, I say, go get more paper, glue it together, make it bigger. Okay, so we're going to pretend that my body is up here with that rectangle, and I'm going to start by drawing my Lego Man pants. And this is where I was thinking of that ruler, like another long skinny shape, because this is where, as a Lego person, you come apart, which I think is pretty cool. Another good feature. You can change your clothes without doing laundry because they're made of plastic. So I'm going to put a rectangle there. It's pretty skinny, like the ruler or the stick of gum, right? And then I'm going to start thinking about my card game and my ramen noodles. Square, 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 right? Top of the leg. So I'm going to put a square right under my rectangle. And then I'm going to put another square right under my rectangle. Ramen noodles, ramen noodles. And then I'm going to make another square because we want to be able to bend our Lego legs, and that square line right there is going to make us do that. Let us do that. Because your Lego self-portrait might be a really fast runner. You need to be able to bend your legs. And then you're going to need some feet. And that's where I was looking even at these, like this tin can of mints, or even a card, a playing card. Or we could even go back again to that stick of gum, because the feet they don't take up too much space. So, and I like to make them a little bit longer than the squares. See how it's a little bit longer there? So, there you go. And just like a real Lego person, now we can put it together. So, I have the bottom with my squares and my rectangles, and we'll attach it to where I left off here. You guys see that? Yeah? So, my apologies for running out of space, but there are always ways to make it work, right? Because there are no mistakes in art. Actually, I really like that my drawing grew so tall and long. Like a happy accident, right? Like a beautiful oops. So, once you have all your shapes put in the right places, that's when the real fun begins, because I want you to go back and think about, what do you want to be when you grow up? If you want to be a fireman, what are you going to wear on your head? What would you carry in your hand? If you want to be a princess that can swim underwater or live underwater, you would want to have a beautiful crown on your head, but maybe a snorkel and a scuba mask so that you can see where you're going underwater. Think about what uniform you might wear when you want to grow up. I usually wear messy overalls. Then I can wipe my hands. Doesn't matter. I usually have my hair back. So using different shapes, think about, what do you need to wear to be what you want when you grow up? What do you need to carry? What do you need to protect yourself? What kind of shoes do you need to wear? Do you need to climb? Do you need to run? Do you need really heavy, strong boots? Or very fancy high heels? So, or maybe even rocket boosters. You never know. Okay, so taking your Lego portrait that we made out of the shapes from around your house, put it together with whatever you're drawing with, add yourself to it, because this is a self-portrait made from shapes, all to celebrate how cool Legos are, right? So send me your drawings. I'm really excited to see these. If you want to try for that 3D effect, let me know. We can always do another video together. All right, guys, thank you for watching, especially my bumbly mistakes. At least my dog didn't bark this time. So get outside today, too. It's beautiful. Do this video whenever you have time, whenever you are in the mood. There's no pressure. And share your ideas with me, either on Mrs. Nucci's art room page. You can email me. Your adults have all that information. Okay, I miss you guys. Have fun with this. Be creative. You can be whatever you want to be when you grow up. Bye. Try that again. I couldn't find the button. Bye, guys. I miss you.